Alright, so the last little technique I'm going to show you is how you can actually start to paint the base of your textures right here in Maya on your 3D model. Then you can take that image and export it over into Photoshop and start painting your textures there. So it's called the 3DPaint tool, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll select my monkey, and you want to make sure that you're in the rendering menu set for this, and you'll go up to render. It's actually texturing you'll go to, 3DPaint tool options, and then you'll get this whole selection of all of your brushes that you can use. What I'll come down and do is first you have to create the image that you're painting. So I'm going to go where it says assign/edit textures, and I'll click that. And then I want to make it pretty decent resolution, so I'm going to put in 2046 for my size. I'm going to change this to probably a Targa, just because that's easier to work with in Photoshop if you're going to go back and forth. And then just say assign and edit textures, and that will generate the image file that we're going to work with. And I've gotten some sort of an error here, so hopefully that won't trip us up. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So now what we can do is I'll go ahead and choose for my flood color some kind of a brown. It's going to be sort of a monkey brown. Again, I'm using sort of the Curious George monkey pattern here. So something maybe kind of like that. So I can flood this with that brown color. Then I come up here to my color 1 and maybe choose some kind of a pink, a little bit more orangey maybe, like that sort of pink Curious George color. And now I can start actually painting right on my character. Or if I want, I can actually come down here where it says stroke, and I can turn on reflection. And then what I can do, that didn't work how I hoped it would. Weird. Blah. Alright, so sometimes weird stuff happens. And let's see what happens on the belly here. Oh well, I'll just use this then. I can paint this. Oh, I see what's happening. That's just a little different thing from Maya 2016 to something from earlier. So you paint and it shows one side, and then when you stop it shows the other side. That's okay. That's just a little new thing in the new software. When you turn on reflection, you'll paint one side and the other side shows up. Before it would paint them both at the same time. So, but now it shows you painting one side, and then when you stop painting, the other side appears. And then weirdness happens sometimes too. So you just want to be a little bit careful. Not really sure what's causing that. Paint just a little bit at a time. And then you can start maybe, then there's some other things that you can do here even. You can come over here where it says smear, and you can start to smooth out some of these edges a little bit. So that's something that can be helpful maybe. And then go back to paint. Whoops. And then every once in a while, come down and click Save Texture, and that will save your texture for you. So now what I can do is come out here to my project, and there's this folder called 3DPaint Textures. I've got my monkey folder, and this is an image that you can actually open in Photoshop, which we'll go ahead and do right now. And you can see this is what I actually painted just now in Maya on my monkey texture. So it doesn't actually show your UVs, but if you wanted to bring those in and use those, you could. You can actually just open them from your images. And then sort of take these and copy and paste them. I'm going to go ahead and go to Select All. I'm going to copy them and paste them over here. Turn this back to screen so we can see through, and you can see exactly where you've painted according to your UVs. So that's another cool way that you can start painting your own textures in Maya. And it's also a really cool way to use the styluses in Maya too, the Wacom tablets. So that's just a few things about texturing.